And now you can see the Friday Shot Day Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv.
Rough Edge FM at roughedgefm.com.
It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour. Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Turn it up, get ready for the road. Friday Shot Day Show, knocking on your door. Grab your glass, pour that liquid fire. We're gonna drink till we can't get no higher. Friday Shot Day Show, gonna make you scream. Raise your glass high, live that wild dream. Feel the burn, let it take control. For another round, lose your soul.
Friday Shot Day Show.
Always do. Friday Shot Day Show, live here on Rough Edge FM. I am our Scott Bolton, and sitting next to me is Julie Miss Fireball Landtime.
Yep.
Lentigny. That's the janitor's name.
Yeah.
I hope the volume is working okay on this. We've been having some issues. It looks like it's working great. Julie, speak into the microphone, please.
Well, I am Miss Fireball, and I'm even Miss Fireball seasoning now.
That's true.
I bought a big bottle of the seasoning because I use it that much and really like it. And
I got her, in case you didn't notice, or from the couple episodes ago, I got her a package of Fireball seasoning for cooking. It's just a powder.
Mhm.
And she was going to try it because she uses Fireball in all of her designs, but
it's very good. It's got honey powder and cinnamon. Some of the things that I tend to use in my cooking more so than what most people do, because it gives you that sweet savory. Baharat is another spice that I use, which is used as clove and nutmeg and cinnamon and all those things. I like cooking with those spices. So this has a little bit of those spices in it. And it's got a little kick because it's got a little cayenne pepper for the heat.
nice.
And I personally like that. So I just have to be careful because I can't use it a lot with Jim because he noticed it. He made my spaghetti sauce last night with it. And he was, what's that funny aftertaste? Don't mess with perfection. So I was like,
Oh, so he did notice the difference.
He noticed the difference, so I cannot use it in foods that. But that's all right. I'll consider it for myself. I use it on eggs. I've even used it in drinks. I've done some drinks and sprinkled a little on top of the drink, and it gives it a nice little extra flavor kick.
Why not? I mean, it seems like it would work to me.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a minute, folks. I'm checking our volume levels here because, as I said, we've had some issues, as you're probably no doubt aware, but I don't know how to play the live show. And now you can see the Friday Shot Day Show in all You just heard this part. On our YouTube page at roughedge.tv.
it?
I just don't know how to play the live show, and I got to figure that out one of these. I think because I'm pretty sure this is last week's show.
So now you're going
But
to
see-
repeat of the background.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm afraid because your mic is not lighting up like it does normally. So
And speaking right into it.
yeah, the StreamYard says it's fine, but the monitoring board doesn't. See, say something.
Hello?
Yeah, it's barely lights up, and it's just max too.
That's weird.
Okay, we know this. Sorry, we're gonna get to the volume here, and I'll figure something out. But we do have lots of news today because I got to talk about Gallo wine. We're going to talk about House of Bamboo, Hiatus Distillery, and one other thing.
And we have a new.
We have gin to try, and we have a Cosmo to try.
Okay. It's always a challenge for me to figure out how to hold it. Very good, Jen.
All right, so that's last week's show. I'm gonna have to talk to
Well, Jim, he was supposed to be.
he will. He'll look at it and see.
Where he'll get downstairs and he'll get busy, and then all of a sudden he'll forget.
Yes. And I'm sorry we started so late today too, because I got to leave a little early because of something that I'll be discussing here shortly. So Julie got her boot off. I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but she
They
fell.
wouldn't be aware of it. It happened after the show.
That's right. Yes. So go ahead and tell everybody what happened.
Well, I was hustling around, all excited because I was going to Harbor Cove Cafe. I came upstairs, went downstairs, thought I hit all the steps and missed the last step. Hit the floor and my foot buckled and slid across the floor. I have skinned knees, skinned elbows, and I twisted my foot pretty darn bad.
That doesn't sound like fun.
But Harbor Cove came first. Just so you know, I made it to Harbor Cove, sat through a beautiful evening with a friend, and then I went to the urgent care.
I like it.
And by that point, it was probably a little too long on the foot. They could barely, I had a relatively loose boot on my foot, and it was hard to get off. My foot was so swollen. My toes looked like sausages. Everything was swollen right up. I did not have an ankle. It went right from my leg to my foot, kind of a thing. There's no definition. And they put me in a boot, and the boot helped. And I was on crutches in a boot for a couple days. And then me, being who I am, just said, all right, I'm going to start getting out of this because this is holding me back too much. And by Tuesday, by Wednesday, I wasn't using the boot. No, Tuesday.
That's impressive because I was worried about her. It looked like a serious fall. And then when, I'm with her, you got to do the Harbor Cove Cafe. It does come first. But I thought, that's going to hurt. And I was waiting for you to ask me for a ride today. I was going to make arrangements to come get you if you need me to.
Well,
but you drove.
Yeah, I thought that at first, by the end of the night that night, I thought maybe I fractured it or broke it. But they x-rayed it and they said, no, it's been a very pretty color this whole week. It looks really bruised up and the top is definitely sore. Even just to the touch, it hurts. But, I'm just pushing through mostly as I can walk on it and it's okay. I just have to be careful how I walk.
Yeah, that's essential.
But to me, it's more of a pain in the ass to be stuck somewhere and not be able to do the things you need to do.
I know the feeling exactly.
It is to be, I have my foot up. Everybody take care of me because nobody takes care of me. I have been this whole entire week. Ken did cart me around on Saturday, and he is a wonderful person for doing that. But after that, I'm like, everybody's busy. Nobody has time to stop for me, so I just make it work.
I would have stopped for you, but I only had a couple seconds to stop for you. So anyway, we're waiting to hear. If you're watching the show, tell us in the comments how Julie's sound is, because we may have to switch microphones. Do me a favor, push that little button, the tiny one. No, not the one above it. It's right above that one.
Oh.
And now talk.
Does that make any difference?
That cuts it off, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. So put that back.
Okay. And what's that?
I don't know what that does. This is why we need. Is it a knob or a? It's a knob. It turns.
So am I turning it like a certain way?
Well, it turned off. Oh, there. Now, go ahead and talk.
Hello. Is that working? No.
It's working, but just barely.
How about that? Does that do anything?
Again?
Does that do anything? Is that working?
No, it's not doing anything. I don't know what it is. You know what? Try that.
It's definitely got things. So there's definitely something to turn.
I know. I wish I knew what it did though.
As I'm turning it this way, is that doing anything? Is that lowering it? Raising it?
It's staying the same. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Just try it over here. Try it again.
Is that changing anything?
Now you got nothing. So turn it the other way.
Is that doing anything?
No.
If I do that, did that help it?
No. Oh no. Hold on.
Did that help it?
A little bit. Can you turn it more?
Is it working? La 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 la
no.
la 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 la.
Try that microphone.
Hello.
That one's much better. It's the microphone.
So let's just switch it out.
Okay. So we have solved the mystery live on the air. In case you're wondering what's going on.
Yep.
We have discovered there's a problem with this one microphone. Now, it's probably something that we did. We probably pushed a button in the wrong place. Like I said, I don't even know what that dial does.
Well, my husband is very good at pushing buttons.
Yes, he is. In more ways than one.
Yes, because he likes to push my buttons all the time. Susan.
No, I know,
You
there's
have to
not-
sit there.
That's fine.
Okay, but that's okay because now I think I'm working.
And now you are working. Much
All right,
better.
well, there we go.
It took us a few seconds, but the volume is up. So today, as we said, we have Uncle's Val's Zested Gin. And Julie will tell you where she purchased this.
Yeah, I purchased it at Grocery Outlet in Port Hueneme. $15. Not a bad deal. They say that it goes for 32. I suppose we could look it up online and see what they actually sell it for. Sometimes they're accurate, sometimes they're not at Grocery Outlet.
Sometimes they're doing marketing, is what it boils down to.
But it's not a bad gin. It's supposed to be a small batch gin, handcrafted. But how many of those things don't say they're handcrafted anymore? They
true.
all use handcrafted because it makes it sound special. Yeah, 32. They were saying it was 32.
33 at Rancho Liquor, 27 at that's its booze.
36 at Del Mesa Liquor.
And look at Liquorama.
Well, there you go.
$43. So that's a good price for that bottle.
Yeah, and it's good. It's decent.
Yeah, it's a typical gin, except that it's got, and I think, like you said, this is where the Zested comes in. It's got a citrus background to it. So
and it's not just citrus, because Tanqueray has a citrus background, but I feel like Tanqueray's citrus is like a lemony citrus, and it's almost too much. This is more of an orange zest,
and it's not too much. It's
perfect. It gives, and it lends to. It works with the botanicals. It doesn't fight the botanicals or over accentuate the botanicals. Because I am not huge on some of those really botanical forward gins when it's so much that it takes over.
Yeah.
And this one doesn't.
No,
for sure.
It's pleasant. You could sip this one.
Yeah.
You could sip this one very easily. So
yeah.
That's a good find.
It is a good find. And I'm happy because I went to Vaughn's this week and they had Florida Cana 7. They don't always carry 7. A lot of the times they carry 4. But my local little Red Barn is not carrying the Florida Cana 7 anymore. They don't carry any of them except for the 4, and they're getting low on the 4. So
I think you need to have a talk with your friend.
I have been having a talk with him.
Because he's doing something wrong.
Something's just not clicking in there. And it might be because, where it is, people aren't buying the Florida Cana that much.
Maybe.
There might be other things that they're buying, so they're not rushing to get that. They do have some other ones. There was another one. I could barely read the label because it's way on the top shelf, but it was like $50. So I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to jump into that without knowing for sure if I liked it or not.
Yeah.
Because at least the Florida Cana is at Vaughn's. It was $21 last week.
That's a good price.
So I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
Where 50 something bucks, if I don't like it, I'm stuck wasting my money on something I don't like.
That's what I hate. Going through all these non-alcohol things that I'm drinking these days. A lot of them are only in 12 packs, and it's like, I don't want 12. What if it sucks?
Yeah.
Let me taste it first and then I'll decide, So whenever I find one that's or Shelley finds one that's in a separate package, then we're gonna try one later. I've got a Cosmo here we're gonna try.
And a lot of those can suck.
Well, they sure do, but a lot of them are surprisingly good these days.
Yeah.
Too. And I know your first thing is to think, well, it's wishful thinking on Scott's part. It really isn't. They've changed things dramatically since the days when non-alcohol beer just always sucked.
There is a lot that suck, but there is a lot that are worth trying, and they are drinkable, and definitely even drinkable if you're looking for something to drink. I mean, no, it does not taste like a cocktail, most of them, but it suffices.
You know what tastes like a cocktail more than anything is the ones you get at like Harbor Cove Cafe makes mocktails, and you'd swear you were drinking a cocktail. And Shelley makes margaritas for me at home. You'd swear you were drinking a margarita. So there's ways to doctor it, and I'm not sure what they are. Maybe I should find out for everybody's sake out there. But so far, the best mocktails I've had have been Harbor Cove Cafe. Not a surprise there, because they got great people working there. But I've tried them in a lot of places. I tried them in Costa Rica recently, and some of them were decent down there, some of them not. The beers are what really surprised me, because I challenge you to tell the difference between a Corona and a Corona with no alcohol.
Well, Corona is pretty light to begin with, especially if you go with a light. So I don't think that is such a far stretch. The Stella's not bad either.
No, the Stella's it's got that same clean taste that regular Stella has.
It depends on what you're looking for in a beer, I think.
Yeah. And if you want it to match the flavor that you're used to, then go to those beers because they're surprisingly close. Guinness is another one. I thought, no way. Guinness.
No,
also
Guinness was okay.
really close. Yeah.
It's a little flatter
Yeah.
than a alcohol Guinness, but it was drinkable.
And that could be the fault of the device because, there's a device that pumps out the nitro instead of the CO2. And maybe that device was faulty or something because I only tried one and it was tastes a little flat. Guinness is typically a little flat anyway, but I was surprised.
There are a lot of drinks. I've been doing some of these mushroom drinks lately.
Yeah.
And they have Alive has a cream soda. Now, I don't drink soda. I haven't for a long time. And usually they're way too sweet for me. The mushroom Alive cream soda has the taste, but it's not overly sweet, but it's actually really good for you. The 3 mushrooms they have in it are super good for your immune, for your gut health, for everything. They're expensive. They're almost $4 for a bottle, but to do something a little different and to have the taste still taste good is kind of neat. And their root beer is also not bad.
I told you the story about my buddy Devin Crow, who does the anime show here on Rough Edge FM, and he has Tourette's. He's got Tourette's. Now his Tourette's isn't the Tourette's that makes him suddenly swear in the middle of something, even though he does go off on jags sometimes that are a little weird, but it's more twitches, things like that. And his doctor recommended he try mushroom tea. And he was making this mushroom tea every morning, and he says it considerably changed the way he felt and reacted. So there's something there.
Yeah, no, there's some mushrooms that are supposed to be really, really good for you. And I do mushroom supplements, and I'm trying these drinks now. They have also a ginger lemon, I think, or something like that, which is completely different. It doesn't really taste like a soda, but I like the taste of it because I do like ginger, and ginger is really good for you as well.
Yes.
So there's some neat alternatives, and there's some things, if you're trying to eat better and trying to work on things that are going to make you healthier, there's some good substitutes out there.
There are. And those get better too. It's like everything else. The science comes along and does that. I'm sorry. I'm Googling the Moana microphones, which the ones we use here, because I'm very curious what these buttons do. So
you said Moana. And it's
Moano, right?
Yeah, because Moana microphones, you
Hawaii.
saw that they had pictures of Moana.
They're from Hawaii. Okay, so I think it's probably, I don't see the exact model there, but they seem to have the same buttons. So let's see. Let's learn more, shall we?
Okay, let's see what it does. It says plug in and play.
Yeah. But I don't want to know about the stand. I want to know about the microphone. Huh. This is probably the wrong time to be doing this. But I'm just curious. I got to figure this out. And I'm sure there's guides over there in the desk somewhere too.
Yeah.
So I do have some news. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
And now it's time for Booze News on the Friday Shat Day Show. Julie, are you familiar with Gallo wines?
Yes.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Gallo wines has been around for ages.
Not a wine that I tend to migrate to.
We're going to get to that because I think that there may be a thing. They are closing their Napa Valley facility and laying off dozens of workers.
Okay.
And the reason that they give is, okay, well, let me tell you if this sounds like marketing BS or if this is true. Gallo is aligning parts of our operations with our long-term business strategy to ensure we remain well-positioned for future success. Sounds like a line.
That sounds like they're saying, yeah, we're laying people off because we want to keep our money.
Yes. These changes are driven by market dynamics, evolving consumer demand, and available capacity across our wineries. I think the key words there are
customer demand. I don't think there's a huge consumer demand for Gallo wines. They have never been at the top of my list of wines. They tend to taste, they're kind of hollow in a sense to me.
They're generic and easy to drink.
They're very generic, but they also taste too much like grape juice and less like a wine.
These are the kind of wines that you would expect to find in an Italian restaurant. And I know, was it Macaroni Grill?
Possibly, yes.
They had bottles of wine on the tabletop that you would pour yourself. And I think they were Gallo wine. And Gallo wine, when I was a kid, my parents, they had Gallo wine everywhere. But it wasn't the days of the fine wines that we have today. It wasn't as complex as the wines we have today is. And Macaroni Grill and these other places are going away.
Yeah.
So what happens when a restaurant chain that you've had bottles on their table every day goes away? You start to lose money. Consumer demand's going down. Yeah. Now they're doing something smart at the same time. They're closing this Napa Valley facility, but they're easing into seltzers and into these, because what are the kids drinking?
Seltzer, which is, though, that's only going to last for so long because seltzers are not that great.
But here's the thing. It may not last that long, but it might last not that long. Could be 7 years. I mean,
it's not my drink to go to.
Mine either. But Andrea, that's all she wants. She wants seltzers. So
yeah, see, for me, they're too sweet and they just don't taste right.
And they also have they own ready to drink cocktail brands, which we've talked about in the show. We've tried them, and their brands are High Noon and Salt Point. Those have also increased in quality and in taste, but that's not what the modern consumer is looking for. The modern consumer is looking for the seltzers, the other types of the ciders. Ciders are still very
are popular. Yeah, I think Gallo wines people are looking for more complex. If they're going for a wine, they want a wine that's going to deliver some taste, because they've come out with these red blends now.
Yes.
And the barrel aged wines, and they're so much heartier in flavor. The complexity of the layers is so much better, and it changes completely when you eat it with the right pairings of food. And I think that people who drink wine are expecting that more now.
I agree. And it's not like we go to a restaurant and expect to have a cheap wine on the table that everybody can drink. Everybody wants their own type of wine. For example, my wife doesn't even like red wine. That's all they would have at Macaroni Grill was the red wine. So she'd had to order her own wine anyway. Well, why wouldn't I order a tastier, more complex wine if she's going to order a white wine?
Yeah.
And so I think that part of that is that closing is people moving away from that type of wine and moving towards the more and staying with, because that hasn't changed too dramatically, staying with the more complex wines, even though some wineries are in trouble too. And this is the reason, according to this article that I pulled from CBS News, a Gallup survey in August 2025 found that 54% of adults in the U.S. drink alcohol beverage, which is the lowest percentage in 90 years.
Because people are on health kicks,
that's
but
what it says. That's
they
exactly
do
what it says.
say that red wine can be good for you in moderation and doing, handling. It's knowing how to drink in moderation for starters.
And you're watching the wrong show if you think that's what we do. But
I'm drinking moderation. Just my moderation might not be other people's moderation.
Moderation, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just don't think that people go in. I mean, I can remember, and I don't know what brand it was. It might have been Gallo. But when I was a kid, my parents and all of their friends had those big, giant bottles of wine in their house.
Yeah.
They all had them. There was a big bottle wrapped in straw, and everybody had that bottle of wine. Why? I don't know. But it was a different era of wine drinking. It was like you go to you know where I expect to find Gallo wines? Presto Pasta.
Yeah,
because it's I like Presto Pasta, so this is not a diss, but
it's a
it's a generic fast food pasta place.
Yeah,
so I would expect Gallo there.
Yeah,
and those places, I don't think they've got any alcohol beverages at Presto Pasta, and that type of wine is fading away in exchange for the better, more complex wines. And for the seltzers and ciders that people are drinking, because even the beer industry is suffering right now. This is where I was thinking about the bubble, because the craft beer bubble lasted way longer than anybody expected.
Mhm.
It just kept getting bigger and bigger, and they kept saying it's got to burst, and then it didn't burst. And finally, years after they expected it to burst, it's finally burst, and now a lot of these craft beer places are going out of business.
Yeah.
The same thing is going to happen with seltzers and with ciders, but 7 years is a long time to be in industry without selling your full thing.
The thing that I have an issue with, if I drink too many seltzers, I get a headache.
Yeah, there's
And
a lot
I
of sugar.
don't get a headache with certain wines, and I don't get a headache with certain spirits, but I do get a headache with seltzers. I don't feel good if I drink, too much. And I mean, I don't drink a ton, but I'm also not the type of person. I'm not a lightweight either.
No,
I can handle 2 Harbor Cove Mai Tais and walk out of there straight without any problem. So I can hold my liquor. It's just the sugars. If there are too much sugars in some of them, there's not a lot of flavor, but there's a lot of sugar. And that's the thing I don't like. I don't like sugary drinks.
and the sugar is what gives you the headache.
Yeah.
Most standard 12 ounces cans of truly hard seltzer, for example, contain 1 gram of sugar. That doesn't seem nearly as much as I thought it would.
No, but there's something different about it because it tastes weird. It doesn't taste right to me.
It tastes like water to me. That's why I've never been a fan of these things. And I've tried a lot of them, and I'm just stunned that there's only the sugar so low. 1 gram of sugar in it, truly. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really, I tried them. I thought, oh, I'm going to try these because they're less alcohol, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't been able to grasp onto it. If I'm going to drink alcohol, I want to enjoy it. I'm not going to drink it just for the hell of saying I'm drinking it. And I don't enjoy those drinks.
Yeah.
And so it's not worth it to me.
So White Claw has 2 grams of sugar. Truly has 1 gram of sugar. Bone and Vive, I haven't heard of them, 0 grams of sugar. High Noon, 2.5 to 3.1 grams. There's a headache waiting to happen. But not as much sugar as I thought. I'm actually a little surprised at that, because rum, which we both love, is pretty much all sugar. So,
but the processing changes.
yes, it does. So anyway, that's why I think Gallows is closing that vicinity. I think they're smart because they're moving in the direction that people are buying things. In business, you have to pivot.
Yeah.
You got to pivot. And that's what it's like I'm doing. I pivoted from my great cocktails to the non-alcohol stuff for now. You just got to pivot. You got to keep moving forward. That they're pivoting the right way. It is sad that so many people are going to lose their job. It's sad that a winery that's been around for all those years, no matter what kind of wine they produce, they've been around 60 years, something like that, is closing. But times change, tastes change, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So sad but true. Now, in other news, the House of Bamboo finally opened in Camarillo.
I saw that, and I was wondering if you'd been.
We tried. We went last night. They opened at 3:00. We were in line about 2:40. There were 18 people ahead of us. And by the time the doors opened at 3:10, because she came out and said they were going to be open a little later than normal, there were probably 40 people behind us. So the place isn't as big as Harbor Cove Cafe. Not even close. I'm counting the outside area of Harbor Cove Cafe. If you just measured the patio and the bar,
that's pretty small.
It's pretty small. And everybody had reservations. The reservations had just kicked in that day. We didn't know. So they don't have a wait list. And the reason they don't have a wait list is because they got one bad review on their Yelp. And the person said it wasn't worth the time. The food and the drink wasn't good enough to wait 6 hours for. Can you think of anywhere their food and drinks would be worth waiting 6 hours for?
No.
Hele Utu, maybe. But but yeah, so that's, and I don't, here's another thing. Don't Yelp review them on that. It's their first friggin' day.
Honestly, don't Yelp review. Yelp is a scam. I'm telling you right now. So don't Yelp review. If you want to give a review, Google review, Facebook review, there's all sorts of other reviews. Boycott Yelp.
Or just, but in this particular instance, don't give them a bad review because of their first opening night. It's stupid. It's just rude.
People have weird expectations. People's base I think sometimes the reviews off of emotion and
It's
not
true.
practicality. And I get it. Sometimes emotions is important, but you also have to realize, okay, are you really being fair, or are you just being
nobody-
emotional? You're not getting things the way you want.
Yeah, and not enough people do that. And there were a couple examples of that last night. As we waited in line till they opened the door. We waited in line as people filtered through and gave their reservations and got their tables. And as people who didn't have reservations like us asked questions about what was going on. By the way, House of Bamboo is a new tiki bar in Camarillo, Old Town Camarillo, and they've spent 3 years getting it just right. Now, I will tell you, walking in, it looks just right, but the drinks will be the real tell. Anyway, so we got up there. And Shelly was listening. She goes, okay, I get it. We're not going to get in now because there's no tables available. The bar is always open seating, except it wasn't last night because a celebrity was in the house, a tiki celebrity, who we both agreed he should get as many seats as he wants. It was Tiki Tony. And that was fine. But the guy 2 in front of us got pissed off. And he said, well, I don't understand. Why did you do this? Why? It's like, okay, dude, they've been open 3 nights now at this point. They're the most popular ticket in Ventura County. Why are you so upset?
Well, and it doesn't really matter if you understand or don't understand. It is what it is.
Yes, exactly. And he walked out. This is just stupid. This is dumb. And he walked in. And what a jerk. And I will tell you that staff, those women who were working the front door, smiled constantly, even when people were chewing them out. They were polite. They didn't get nasty. They apologized. Said it's going to be busy, and it was busy. And like I said, it is literally the hottest ticket in Ventura County right now. More people want to go to this place than any place in Ventura County, and that's fine. We actually have reservations for next week. Michelle was able to score reservations next Thursday, so when I come in on Friday, we'll have a full review. And there's no reservations available until like late March. It's just hotter than hell.
Right. And so there's a reason for that. And instead of getting pissed off, plan.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do with something like that. I tell that all the time when we do shows and people get so freaking worried. Oh, we're sold out. We're sold out. Oh my gosh. People want tickets and we're sold out. That's not a bad problem to have. It's
true.
a bad problem if you can't get your seat sold.
Yeah.
But if you're sold out, that's boo-hoo for the people who didn't get there in time. And that is not a bad problem to
It's not
have.
your fault. It's their fault. And and like I said, we had actually already had our reservations for next Thursday, but we thought we'll give it a try. We'll see if we can get in because we knew the bar seats are usually open. I think there's like 10 bar seats, but again, they were all taken.
It's going to take a little while for that to tone down.
It is. There's no question. So we're lucky that we have reservations next week because we wouldn't get in again until we lucked out, which is unlikely, or the end of March.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is a House of Bamboo out there. And I got some pictures here to share with you. This is the outside of the building and it looks like a tiki bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you love that roof?
Mm-hmm.
That roof was already there.
Oh,
When it was a salon or something beforehand.
okay.
And it fits the tiki thing perfectly, doesn't it?
The doors look familiar.
They do. They probably got them the same place that the House of Magic did.
Guaranteed they didn't.
Jim didn't make these doors?
Nope. But
did
he made the doors downstairs.
Don't show him this picture then, because he might be mad if he could have gotten down and got them for $99.
Oh, he probably wouldn't have gotten them for $99.
He likes to build that stuff.
Yes, he does. And the hardware alone is more than $99. So
Here's the inside of this place, and look, there's
beautiful.
the tiki. It's a beautiful tiki bar.
It's beautiful. Well, let's just hope that their drinks match up.
That is the key. That is the key, and we'll find out next week. And we'll come back, as I said, on Friday with a full report. And I'm looking very much forward to it. And they have a full food menu too, so you can get. I'm sure they have spam musabi and things like that on the menu. Any tiki drink you want, they're going to be able to make you. It's very promising.
Yeah.
Right? And I waited a long time for this. And here's the difference. The drinks, about $16 to $20.
Okay.
But it's a real tiki bar. You expect to pay that for those kind of drinks. Right down the road is 999 Tiki, which is the what's his name?
Pizza Man
Pizza Man
Dan's.
Dan's Tiki Bar. And it's intended to be a discount tiki bar. Every drink there is $9.99. So if you go get a drink at House of Bamboo and you for $18 and you go down to 999 Tiki and expect it to taste the same, it's not going to.
Yeah, you want a deal on your tiki drinks, go to Harbor Cove.
Yeah.
Friday nights
you're
are
right.
$10 Mai Tais. Mai Tais and fries, you just can't go wrong. Every time I go, I leave there happy, even when I've got a hurt foot.
She is right.
I took that over going to get my foot checked out because it is that much of a treat for me.
And unlike other places, Harbor Cove Cafe doesn't change their recipe for their happy hour. So it's
No.
happy hour goes till 8:00 on Friday. And
It's just so
$10
good.
even for a Skipper Scott Mai Tai, which is the best Mai Tai.
And they're such nice people.
They are. They're terrific. I love hanging out there for them. You know, Randy usually comes out and chats for a
Yeah.
while. And
How many owners
Visit.
come out almost every time to sit down and talk and just hang out and see how you're doing? And they make you feel like you're a friend.
do you know any other restaurants where the owners work as much as Randy does? Because
No.
he's out there cleaning up tables. He's out there taking plates. He's
Checking
out
up on
there, "You need
things.
another Mai
Yeah.
Tai? I'll get you another Mai." He does. He's like,
They're on it. Yeah.
they got a great staff to start with. Their staff is terrific. Always are. Randy knows how to hire people, but he's always above, floating around, doing what, if they're busy, he's on it. And it makes a difference. It truly does.
Even last weekend, my friend that I took there, her daughter does Girl Scouts, and it's Girl Scout cookie season.
Yes.
So she was, I don't know how the subject came up, but she was talking about it, and he was sitting with us, just hanging out with us, and he was like, "Hey, if you need a place to go, you can come here. Just let me know, and we'll let you set up, and you can sell your cookies here." I mean,
He's that kind
without even having to ask him, it was just, "Hey, yeah, come on down." It's
Yeah.
nice. He's that type of guy that, when we first met him and we started doing things over there, you just felt really welcome right from the beginning. And that's the seller for me over anything else is, do you remember me when I come back? And if I come back multiple times, do I start to feel like I'm family?
You walk to the window, they go, "Mai Tai."
Yeah. And that says something, because that goes the distance. A lot of places don't have that anymore.
That's true.
That makes a big difference for me.
That's absolutely true. And that's it. It just, again, if you're in Ventura, you got to go to Harbor Cove Cafe, or you haven't been to Ventura. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that great of a place. Anyway, so House of Bamboo, full review next week when we're back on the show, and I'm looking forward to it very much. And I got high hopes. The reviews for the drinks have been stellar, unlike 999 Tiki that did not get stellar reviews for their drinks. But then again, they're not asking for stellar reviews. They're a discount house, and they're proud to
They're
be one.
pushing
More power to
volume,
them. Yes,
not quality.
they're pushing family prices, and that's fine. But you got to know what you're going to get. And House of Bamboo, you're going to get a great tiki drink.
All right, on to the thing that's going to make you have to leave early tonight.
Yes. Hiatus Distillery, which is also out in Camarillo, is having their annual Lollygaggers founders party tonight. Now, the Lollygaggers are a bottle club that you can join at the distillery. And I brought you a bottle. We tried that chocolate distillery stuff, right?
Oh, yes.
It was good, right?
Yes.
The
Me and
membership,
Jared thoroughly enjoyed it.
yes, it's very tasty. Their club is called the Lollygaggers Bottle Club. And I don't know how to tell you how much this is, but it says free membership with subscription, but I'm not sure what the subscription price is. So keep that in mind. We get let me just read you what you get if you're part of the Lollygaggers Bottle Club. You get 25% off all bottles, merchandise, and hiatus events. You get this is the key here, one weekly complimentary tasting for you and a guest during regular business hours. Weekly? That's awesome.
And how are their tastings? Are they
Either will give you shots of or tastings. They can't be a full shot, or they're not considered a tasting by California law, of I think 6 of their flavors or 2 cocktails.
okay?
So you can do it either way. You have exclusive access to member-only events, distilleries, workshops, tours, and tasting panels. Nobody wants a fasting panel.
Mm-mm.
They do have workshops there where you can, create your own designs for labels, or they'll teach you how they make their different liquors, because they make them all. They make rum, they make whiskey, they make vodka, they make gin.
They make gin? They make gin?
Gin. Gim's already made. Gin. First access to new products, including single barrel bottlings, which is very big because those are delicious. And you earn loyalty points on all purchases and get 5 points for every dollar spent. Now, tonight, as I said, they're having a party for this. I think it's the second annual Founders Party. So we're going to go down there. We each get 2 cocktails. Mine will be mocktails, which they have on the menu and are also pretty tasty. They're going to have pizza and tacos, I think, and just a big party. And this party cost us $3. So we're in.
There you go.
But that's Hiatus Distillery out in Camarillo. They opened in 2022. The original name was Banks and Bauer Craft Distillers. Hiatus is a better name. I don't have their address here. I wish that I did, but they're also out in Camarillo, and it's a great place to go and try the different rums and liquors things that they make. And also just to hang. The people are super nice. And it seems like every time I've gone there, they've had an event. Last time we were there, they had an event where you could color your own ornaments.
Oh.
And they had a place for the kids to do that too. So
nice.
It was very nice. So that's tonight. I got to leave here early, about 15 minutes early so that we can, that's about 18 minutes away.
Yeah.
So we can get out there and do that. So anyway, that's that. So I recommend both those places, House of Bamboo, even if you just go look at it, because I don't know about the drinks yet. I got a feeling, but even just go look at it. And Hiatus, definitely recommendations. Harbor Cove Cafe, of course.
Absolutely. And the Grape. And I've so long overdue on the Grape. I need to go back there.
I subscribe to their newsletter, which I maintain is the best written newsletter in the business. Adam just writes beautifully.
Again, really just super amazing people.
Yes. And awesome cocktails. And the artists they're pumping through there, jazz artists and progressive artists, awesome.
Yeah.
The Grape. And I also wanted to bring up La Cabana because La Cabana
is a family atmosphere for sure.
Yes. The owners have decided to take more interest in the restaurant. Before they were typical owners. They were absent most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're there virtually every night.
Oh, really?
And they wander along and they say hello to everybody. They recognize you from before.
Their daughter is in PTYA.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And
so I need to make a point to go over there.
You do. And they've changed their happy hour from 3 to 6 to 2 to 7. So that was smart.
Yeah.
And now they have music on the patio there. And when there's music on the patio, and it's usually mariachis, those kind of things that fit a La Cabana restaurant, place is packed. So they were talking about how much busier they are. Now it's like, yeah, because you guys got your fingers involved. You're in there doing it and making it happen. So it's still a great place to go. So La Cabana out in Santa Paula. Again, you've heard us talk about it endlessly here in the show, just like Harbor Cove Cafe. Just check it out.
Yep, absolutely.
We're going to try our Cosmo now. You ready?
Right. I am. Hey, while you're pouring the Cosmo, I watched a movie last night.
Oh, let's hear it.
It was an emotional ride for sure, but it was very good.
It wasn't a dog movie, was it?
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
Song Sung Blue.
Oh, I saw that.
It upset Jim a bit, but he did like it. But he was just like, oh my God, how do these people have such bad luck?
The thing about that movie, it was almost pitched like a feel-good Neil Diamond tribute movie.
And it really wasn't.
Much more.
It really had it, like he said, he wasn't a tribute band. He was the Neil Diamond experience. And of course, Hugh Jackman is just freaking amazing. And his emotional scale is,
he's such a great actor.
You believe him. When he was crying, you felt like Jim was crying. He felt it, and I mean, Hudson, what's her name? Kate Hudson. She's just one of those actors.
She does no wrong.
She's great. She can actually sing. She has her own band. She was on The Voice last year as a mentor. And, she kind of reminds me of somebody that's like a feel-good type of person.
She does. She seems like the kind of person you want to hang with.
Yeah. But it really took you on an emotional turn that you weren't expecting. And it was at times very...
It's hard to watch.
Frustrating.
Yes.
because you're going, no. And we looked it up, and yes, there was 2 car accidents,
Yeah.
2 cars that came in, flew into the building like that.
First one got her, second one just missed. Spoiler alert, I probably should have said that. You've got to see this movie.
But it was, and I mean, the ending, we looked that up too. Did that really happen? Okay, up until that, why they were going to that place, everything was true.
Yes.
The why, like the reasoning for them wanting to go to that little venue was not true.
Right.
But everything else was true. And it was just like, can you freaking believe it? The rise, the fall, the second rise, and then the drastic fall again. It's just, oh God.
It's unlike a lot of those music movies, like, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the movie about Freddie Mercury, and Raimi deserved the Oscar for it. But it's real easy to turn them into puff pieces. And by that, I mean, they don't show you any of the bad side, the dark side. They only show you, oh, look, we're getting more popular. Oh, the drugs hurt us. Oh, there's a new Michael Jackson movie coming out. How do you make a movie about Michael Jackson without exploring the dark side?
Well, you know who did a good job with that? Rocket Man. Because Rocket Man really did, it didn't fluff the bad. Okay, he did recover. So you have to show that he recovered.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that's part of the story. But so's the
But there was the dark side,
Yeah.
the ugly side, the side that was, he was destroying himself because he just couldn't live with himself.
I would have killed himself.
Yeah. Came very close a couple times because he couldn't live with himself. But it showed that even though through all that despair, you can rise above it. And of course, Egerton, or
Joel Egerton, is that who it was?
It's not Joel.
Bob? Steve?
No.
Henry.
I don't remember, but he's a great actor anyhow. I love him.
We'll find out who he is.
I know his name. I'm just not thinking of it.
Elton John is the guy who got me started on music. My parents got me they got me a stereo and a copy of Rock of the Westies. That was it. I'm a huge.
And the way they portrayed this movie was very interesting. It was kind of fun. It really used a lot of his music in it. And Taron Egerton. Yeah, he's a good actor. And I've seen him in several different things, and I really do like him an awful lot.
He's good.
But yeah, Jared watched that movie so many times. Jared loved Rocket Man. Every time we'd be watching it and he'd hear it, he'd come running into the room because he had to watch it.
Hold on, I'm adding it to my must list. Folks, but there we are. We came back. Sorry. We disappeared there for a few minutes.
That's interesting.
Okay, she's trying the let me show you here.
I don't know if it tastes like a Cosmopolitan, but it doesn't taste bad.
Recess Zero Proof Classic Cosmo Craft Mocktail. 0% ABV, infused with guayusa and adaptogens.
It's different, but it's not bad, Scott. It's not.
Let's try it.
I mean, I drank it down and I was like, okay, I'll drink this again.
Now's your chance. No, that is pretty good.
That is not a bad drink.
I don't think Cosmo when I drink it, but I can see I can see the comparison to a Cosmo. It's almost like a really fresh berry soda.
Yeah.
Strawberry? Is it strawberry?
It almost has a strawberry taste to it. Pear. Okay, it does have pear. Mandarin juice, vegetable juice, guava juice, or guava extract.
The vegetable juice sounds odd in a drink like that, but
rose hips, apple, papaya. Yeah, it tastes like all those things.
Yeah, I can taste them all too. If you look in the back of a Hostess baked chocolate pie, there's actually beef products in there. So I don't know why, but there is. Yeah, this is decent. I would drink this again. This is perfect. If I was at a restaurant with somebody and I put this in a nice glass, not this glass,
Hmm.
it'd be perfect.
Yeah, if you put some garnishes on it and stuff like that. Yeah.
How is it now that you've ginified it?
Probably liked it better without the gin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wrong kind of gin, or
Probably.
Oh.
And it took some of the fizz out of it,
oh,
which
it says lightly sparkling. So you took
Yeah. it's not disgusting now, but I think I liked it before.
So guayuse, I know I'm saying that wrong, is to keep you in the moment, because you know how I distracted easy. Adaptogens are L-theanine and lemon balm for smooth sailing. Is it a lube?
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think somebody's trying to get really creative with their ingredients.
Those things usually are. And let's see what the other contents are. 35 calories for the can. Not bad at all. 4% sugars. As long as it's under 10, I'm okay with that. Pretty decent.
No,
Pretty decent.
it's not bad.
It's not a Skipper Mai Tai, but it's not bad.
No, and I'm not big on those types of drinks because I don't tend to drink stuff like that anymore. I drink water, I drink wine, I drink spirits, and I drink coffee. So I don't do sodas, I don't do juices. Because if I want to add calories to my diet, it better be something that I'm really enjoying.
The number one ingredient on here is filtered water. So it's got to be a little hydrating. TakeRecess.com is the email, the web address for this product. And here's a thing that I find surprising. What does it usually say when it contains what percent juice? What is it usually?
2%.
Or less than 2% even, right? 12% on this.
Oh, well, and I think that's
So it's healthy.
It might be why I like the taste of it, because a lot of these type of drinks that are watered down juices taste like watered down juices.
Yes.
And I don't like that.
That's why I don't like some seltzers, because it's like, the flavor's not quite there.
But that one has a decent taste to it. And the juices they chose to use are a good combination. It's not like watermelon and things where I'm like, eh. And rose hip is actually really good for you.
Is it really?
Yeah, rose hip is one of those things. It's like rose hip tea and things like that. It's good for your immune system and stuff. So that's a good thing for you.
It's pretty tasty and pretty healthy. So,
and like, is it Angry Orchard or somebody that does? It might not be Angry Orchard, but they do a pear cider. That's actually really good. I do that a lot. I get that. And it's one of those drinks. It's very light in alcohol, but it's very heavily carbonated, but it has a good taste to it.
Flying Embers?
It's not Flying Embers.
It's not, okay.
Flying Embers are okay, but Flying Embers, sometimes it's too carbonated or too something or not enough of something. This one is a different one, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's a pear cider. And I do actually like it. Yeah, I've been using those. I do that with either gin or I'll even do it with rum. Last night I was having some with rum.
She's talking about Trader Joe's ginger beer. You know, Shelley doesn't like ginger beer at all.
That's not ginger beer. That's a ginger cocktail.
Oh, I thought it was cranberry ginger beer.
It's a cranberry ginger brew.
Oh, okay.
So it's cranberries and a ginger. So it's got the cranberry flavor. It's got the ginger. It's carbonated, but the ginger gives it quite the kick.
Yeah, it's good. We made something with it. What did we
make? It makes a great cocktail.
Yeah, I can't remember what cocktail we made, but it was good.
It does make a nice cocktail. I've done it with a couple different types of spirits, and I really like it. If I'm not looking for just my sipping, because I do an awful lot of sipping.
Yeah.
Spirits. I don't tend to keep crappy spirits in my house because I like to do a neat.
Yeah, I do. I prefer that too. I as I told you when Jared and May were here. I said it right that time.
Yes.
I gave them so much liquor because I can't drink it anymore, but I can't dispose of my whiskeys with the hopes that one of these days I can have a little sip in whiskey, because I just love my whiskeys. I'm more of a whiskey guy than a rum guy. Rum is great. I love it, especially in cocktails. But whiskey, I just like to sit and sip. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I haven't parted with those yet. That day may come. We'll see.
I like whiskey too, but I love my rums, but I don't drink shitty rums.
No, I know you don't. You drink the good stuff.
I drink the good stuff. I take the time. If I can only buy the more expensive one, then I take my time with it. And I go and find it in places where I don't have to spend so much.
Yeah.
Because that's all the difference in the world.
It is.
It makes no sense to buy a shitty rum that you have to put in a cocktail because that's the only way you can choke it down. To me, that's not enjoying it.
And that's why I like my Kraken rum more than they did. I get that, but I love Kraken rum, and it was cheap too. And I would first thing in the morning in Hawaii, put some ice down, pour that over some ice, just sit there and sip it and look at the ocean. It was great. But now I'm back to Coke Zeros and hot tea. It's not bad. It could be worse. All right, I got to get out of here, folks. I'm on my way to Hiatus. If you're heading out that way, I'll see you there. I'll do a report on that next week as well, because I think they may have some new bottles to try tonight. So we shall see.
May and Jared really enjoyed the chocolate drink that you had, because May likes sweet stuff anyhow.
Yeah.
And so she tends to not like some of the other stuff that I make or have, but she did like that one because she was just like, this is good.
It was good stuff. And the things you could do with it is endless. So,
and he's still been creating and doing things.
I was in a texting today and asked him to send us his latest recipe, but then I thought, is he in class? I don't want to bug him. So
Fridays he doesn't have class.
Okay, that's good to know.
Thursdays are his big pile up class, but he just became part of an internship where he is going to be an engineer who is researching seismic activity, because they're trying to come up with a way to predict earthquakes, to give people warnings. And
they're getting closer all the time. So he's in the right place at the right time.
The senior who's doing the project, their professor, I don't know if it's he or she, their professor is Jared's professor for engineering. And she just absolutely adores Jared and said, would you like to be a part of this project? And if you get on this project and we get a paper that's published, you become part of the project. Your name gets
publishing
out there.
Already. Yeah.
And I said, Jared, what a freaking amazing project to be a part of, because if they come up with something that saves people's lives, your name is on that.
And if he worked on it, he deserves the credit.
Yeah. So he's learning all about seismic activity now, and he's going to be doing research and things, which is perfect for Jared because Jared's great with research. But what a great project to be a part of, and to be asked to be a part of the project, not to go looking for it and try to get on it. You would just, because of who you are. And
like I said, that technology has come so far just in the few recent years with you've received the apps on the phone, the messages on the phone that earthquakes coming. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. They didn't have that technology before. So he's at that point right now where the problem is it still takes time. You got to jump ahead before that takes time. Yeah. Because when we get the messages, the earthquake's already happened.
Right.
They're just sending us that message that to be aware. For example, it could take place in Fraser Park and we're not going to feel it for a couple of seconds. That's what it works for now, but they want to pinpoint it. Yep. So Los Angeles is going to be in the ocean in a couple minutes. You have a minute to get your surfboard.
It's a fun thing, though, to be a part of such a big project and all the people he's going to get to meet and all the things he's going to get to do. I said, he's like living the high life down there. That kid has got so many good things happening for him right now.
I've always said that college is great for continuing your education and expanding your education, but it's best for networking.
Yep.
And that's what he's doing. So I got to run, folks. We'll see you next week. I'll have reports on House of Bamboo and on Hiatus Distillery's party tonight. And after that, we'll figure some other things out to talk about. So we'll see you then. Julie, good to see you. I'm glad your foot's better. By foot, I mean
it's
ankle.
Workable.
Yeah, she still limps. It's weird. But anyway, okay. See you next week. Bye.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.